Kush's movie review.
Yeah, just talk over the jingle. Jesus. Oh. You know, after 121 episodes,
look, man, I've
before
got
we
the
had this down.
most unique disability here that has ever been a disability in California. All right, I am invisible.
Well,
I'm going to
yeah,
need
so
like a dog and a monkey.
so does it affect your hearing?
And maybe a llama. Yes, it might affect my hearing.
It might. You don't even know.
It might.
So you know for a
know.
fact.
I've been invisible for a week. Leave me alone.
Whatever. Yeah. So, hey everyone, welcome to Kush's movie review on the Waffle Box YouTube channel. If this is watching the standalone version, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that little ding-ling-ling-ling bell, so you get notifications. You get a warm, fuzzy, tingling feeling inside. Trust me, I was there once in your shoes, and then I pressed that button. My life changed forever. Anyway, this week, since it is spooky season, oh boy, Martin Scorsese has thought, you know what? Let's scare some people by making a movie that is roughly, I mean, I could look it up, tap, 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 tap. According to Wikipedia, this movie is about 16 hours long, and it is Killers of the Flower Moon, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and probably his next ex-girlfriend. Kush. Tell us about this little movie.
We are talking about Killers of the Flower Moon. It is a rated R extravaganza. It is 3 hours and 26 minutes. So, therefore, if our review for Taylor Swift's concert last week was an hour, this is going to be an hour and a half. That's just science, people. I'm just kidding. I'm going to try and keep it shorter than that. This is directed by Mr. Martin Scorsese, who, through most people's eyes, can do no wrong. It is written by not only him, but a gentleman named Eric Roth, and it's based off a book by the same name, by a gentleman named David Gran. That's 2 N's. Starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, and I guarantee it, Lily Gladstone. Lily Gladstone will get a Best Female nomination at the Little Trophy Awards ceremony in March, assuming that actually happens in 2024. What's it about? It is a long, convoluted story about how the white man fucked over a bunch of Native Americans, and this isn't like a lot of. It's definitely violent, but it's not like barbaric. It's not like shit that happened in the Civil War. It's not like shit that happened when we were colonizing this fair country that you and I are both currently sitting on. It's a
Thanksgiving celebration.
Could be a Thanksgiving celebration, depending on which side you're on, which side of the table you're on. But basically, this is a long con. Robert De Niro has somehow charismatically captured everybody's hearts and souls. That's white people and the Native Americans as well. And, there are situations where people of the tribe are getting picked off every day. Sometimes it's by gunfire, sometimes it's by brutalization, sometimes it's just simply by poison. However, none of them suspect Robert De Niro's behind all of it. And they're all like, thank you, brother Robert De Niro. You are a wise ally to our tribe here. Whereas every other white man is out for us and our money. Where's all this money coming from, by the way? Once upon a time, when there was no oil fields, one day oil just started shooting out of the ground. After this, one Native American tribe just like, yeah, we're fucked. White people are invading our space. They're taking every bit of land we got. And the generation after this, those children are going to start assimilating to their lifestyle and no longer ours. As I said, oil all of a sudden starts shooting out of the ground. And guess what? This one Native American tribe gets millions and millions and millions of dollars, and this is 19th century money we're talking about here. Like there's a lot of money happening here.
That's some folding money.
There's lots of folding money, to the point where they're like, hey, we don't have to live in this tent made out of canvas anymore. We can actually like build a house. That shit would be pretty awesome. Oh, wouldn't it be great if we had a car? You know, it'd be better than having a car. Having a white guy driving us around in a car. That'd be pretty fucking fantastic. Hey, let's adjust to the modern times. Let's wear some westernized clothing. And you know what? For a small time being, these folks are very comfortable with their excess and their wealth. And shit, why shouldn't they have been? Here's the problem. Robert De Niro sees all this money. He's like, I'm going to take all this money, but I'm not going to do it all overnight. Do it just a little bit at a time here. And he's got some like crazy fucking schemes where like he befriends one guy who's melancholy, as would be the medical diagnosis at the time, but he's a drunk and he's suicidal and possibly bipolar. And so he's like, oh, this is the perfect person to put a life insurance policy on for $20,000. And when he dies, which I will arrange, by the way, being Robert De Niro, as I do that, I'm going to collect all that money. And these are little cons that he has going on through the whole thing. He's got another con going on where he's singled out this one family, and he's got one of his nephews, might even have been his son, where he's like, I want you to fucking seduce and romance that lady there. Oh, she's dead now? That sucks. You're now going to inherit all of her cash because that's what last will and testaments are for. Now, seduce and romance her sister, and we'll do it all over again. I don't even know if the son slash nephew is involved in this. Like, maybe he's like, yeah, Uncle says I should romance this lady here. Why not?
Ladies.
Why not? Also, I don't like being broke, so yeah, she still got money. That means I got more money, and it goes on from there. Leonardo DiCaprio is a former World War I soldier, or maybe he was in World War II. Honestly, the timeline here was not very obvious for me. They have cars, they have radios, so it's that timeline. Meets up with his uncle Robert De Niro, and he's like, "Yeah, you can call me Uncle Robert, or everyone else here calls me King. Maybe you should call me King." And it's a whole weird thing, but he's like, "Yeah, I want you to start driving for this one lady over here," and he starts driving for her, and they're getting along, and sure enough, old Uncle Robert De Niro goes like, "Now I want you to marry her," and he's like, "All right, like she's kind of cute, and I do like money." By the way, that's a phrase that gets said in this movie a lot. I like money, especially by Leonardo DiCaprio, and sure enough, he
Sounds like an
romances
episode of
this woman.
Storage Wars. Money.
Kind of. You're not wrong.
Money.
You were not wrong. So, anyways, this whole thing is a long con. And for 3.5 hours, we see this shit play out. Things, of course, go sideways. For some reason, Miss Lily Gladstone's character is a diabetic. Apparently, the Native American diet is so concentrated that when Westerners start coming over and like introducing things like pastries, well, obviously the shit is good, but she eats way too much of it, and all of a sudden gathers the diabetes. Like it's an embarrassing rate of how she gathers this point. It's like, really, you ate 3 years worth of donuts and now you got diabetes? What the fuck, bitch? Like, what's wrong with you? Apparently, a lot, unfortunately. Um, she is one of 5 people in the world that's getting insulin treatments. And, I don't want to carry it further than that just for spoilers. But again, this is 3.5 hours. It's a very long, slow burn. And while I liked the way they ended it, the way they do end it, I went like, guys, we could have chopped out a whole hour of this movie and you could have still had that same fucking ending. Okay.
I mean, you don't have to confirm or deny, obviously, spoilers, but I'm hoping at some point, the Robert De Niro gets his comeuppance.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Kind of. Kind of. I mean, without giving away spoilers, sure, kind of. Um, there, even with
Is it going to be one of those
murder.
movies where I'm like, if I sit there for 3.5 hours and see the white man be a dick to the natives, and I'm like sitting there like, oh, for fuck's sake, this is I feel bad. But hey, this is a
That's the thing.
movie.
It's
This is Hollywood. He's gonna get his comeuppance, so I'm gonna sit here and enjoy it. And then he kind of doesn't, and I feel awkward for watching it.
no, I don't think you'll feel awkward for watching it. God damn these
I'll
glasses.
probably fall asleep before
Anyways,
the end of it.
you might. Not impossible, especially if you're at home. Not impossible. You'll see a couple instances of white people acting like dickheads. However, Robert De Niro comes in and he's like, "Hey, hey, hey, white person, hey, fellow white person, why are you being a dickhead to my red friend here? Don't do that. Don't do it. It's bad." All right. But then Robert De Niro goes around and just it's more, there's more two-facedisms happening here than there is just white people being bad. If you follow me.
Is it as good as Django Unchained?
No.
No.
I mean it's a spectacular movie. It's 3.5 hours. Again, I feel like you could cut an hour out of this and it would be okay and we wouldn't lose any depth to it. Um, what else did I want to say? Robert De Niro, excuse me, Martin Scorsese is an 80-year-old man, and I don't know if his faculties are all still there. Maybe that's unfair to say. However, there's a couple minutes of scenes here. I'm like, this is a brand new thing I've never seen before in my life. I sincerely appreciate you displaying it, exhibiting it on the big screen here. Like, there's a field fire going on, and you just see silhouettes of people trying to put it out with like hose and rakes, and it's great looking goddamn scene. Okay, would I recommend you seeing this in the theater? No, no, no. Lots of people are saying like, we need intermissions these days, and god damn it, I'm gonna have to go use the bathroom. I went to the bathroom twice during this. I maybe missed 5 to 7 minutes, but then I used my goddamn brain and I put together the scenes that I missed, and
Ooh,
I had no problem following
that's
anything.
it.
It just I'm seeing this comment a lot, and again, movies are too goddamn long these days. We don't need them. It's getting to the point where people are repeatedly going, "I really the same people. I really wish we could have an intermission," and it's just like, dude, this movie
Just
is already
wait
three and a half
until it comes
hours
out and you can
long.
press the pause button.
This movie is already 3.5 hours long. It is also an extra 20 to 25 minutes longer because of movie trailers and commercials. And now you want to add an intermission to that?
Which is
Just
going to be at
fuck off.
least 15 minutes, if not
At
more.
least 15 minutes, which delays it that much longer. Oh, by the way, before the next screening starts, the theater staff has to clean that. So now that we're talking like a 5 hour block for this one movie, okay?
Yeah. Way to go, Martin
Not
Scorsese, you
happening.
dick.
No, this isn't a Martin Scorsese being a dick thing here. This is just people are being unrealistic. All right. Like, you don't have to see the 3.5 hour movie in the theater. This is a co-production of Paramount and Apple TV. So I have
Ooh.
no doubt that before Christmas time, this will be on streaming. Okay.
All right,
So
but
feel free to see
who's
it
going to get
then.
it? Are they going to do rock, paper,
Probably
scissors?
both of them.
Is it going to be on
Probably
Apple
both of
TV
them.
or Paramount Plus?
Probably both.
Oh, that's kind of
Honestly,
boring.
probably both. It doesn't have to be
I'd
boring.
rather see
It
them.
just has to be the rights negotiated.
I want to see whoever's in charge of Apple now. I can't remember his name. Steve Apple, whatever his name is.
Steve Apple.
And the guy who runs Paramount, who is Dave, I guess.
Dave Paramount.
Steve Apple, Dave at Paramount, money celebrity boxing matches for the rights to this streaming. That's what we need to see.
Yeah. No one gives a shit about that anymore, dude. I'm telling you, this at best, this will be on both streaming platforms at the same
I
time.
want to see a fight.
All right, well, you want to see a fight. But guess what? For whatever reason, Avatar 2 was not only on HBO Max, now Max, and Disney Plus at the same time. I see no reason for this to be any different. So Anyways, it's not a bad movie. Do I want to see it again? No, I fucking don't. Is this on the same level of Goodfellas? What do you mean by that? Do you mean like if I see this come on regular TV, do I just throw away the remote and watch whatever is left, where regardless of where it started? No, that does not happen. Unlike Goodfellas, where it doesn't matter if we're 15 minutes into it or 45 minutes to it. If I see Goodfellas just on randomly, throw the remote behind me and take out the batteries, and I watch the end of the feature. Um, again, so
Something
having said
magical
that,
about that,
it
by
is a
the way.
good. I mean, very few movies can say that they have that effect over people.
It's
You
something
know,
about because like, there's sometimes I'll be maybe flicking through. I haven't seen this movie for ages, and it's like 30 minutes in. I could
mm-hmm.
easily probably find it on a streaming platform, watch it, but it's that nah, I,
It
I,
might even be on
I
your
want to finish
DVD shelf.
this. I want to finish. It's
Yeah.
something. Maybe it's old school. Maybe it's takes us back to our youth. No, I want to see it on TV. I want to be annoyed by how many commercials there are. Take,
No, if we're in a situation where there's just so many goddamn, I mean, I guess it depends on how much weed I smoke too. But yeah, more times than not, if something's on TNT, I'll just watch till the next commercial. But if like it's on HBO proper, Cinemax, the movie channel, whatever, like if I see the again, take the batteries out of the remote, throw the remote behind you, and just watch the rest of the feature. This is not that movie.
I mean, you don't have to take the batteries out. It just seems very like you're just making extra work for
That's just how
yourself.
committed I am. That's just how committed I am, Mr. Mike Fish. So,
I I
um,
throw it out a window.
and throw it out the window. But great
I
point.
go to the backyard. I dig a 6 foot hole and I throw that remote control right in there
You
and I
don't want it
bury
to
it.
smell. You don't want it to smell. So, I saw a lot of people go like, "Is this gonna make me mad? Just seeing a bunch of white people fuck over a bunch of Indians, uh, Native Americans." By the way, Indian gets thrown out a lot. If you get offended by the term Indian, it only gets thrown out in this movie. They don't call them indigenous people. They don't call them Native Americans. They don't call them people of the land. Very few times do they actually mention the actual proper name of the tribe, which I have neglected to remember. That makes me a terrible invisible man.
Yeah.
However, don't guys don't go see the movie then. Again, this is a slow burn. At one point, Leonardo DiCaprio is slowly poisoning his wife, which he has conflicts about. Like, but I kind of love her. Like, shut up, stupid. Um,
She's getting she's almost
45
21.
minutes.
She has to go. She's too old for me.
Oh, she's definitely a lot older than 21, but
Oh,
I get the joke. I get the joke. I get the
appreciate it.
joke.
Appreciate it.
Anyways, uh, 1 hour and 10 minutes shorter than our review last week. Thank you guys for indulging us with that. That was not a normal movie, so therefore it was not a normal movie review. This is a normal movie, therefore it's a normal movie review. 3 out of 5. If you like Martin Scorsese, you're most likely going to see this and you're going to dissect it all with a fine tooth comb. Um, Wildly unnecessary, but you'll do it anyways. But it tells the story it's supposed to tell. Again, I feel like we could cut an hour out of it, especially the way with it ends. I like the ending. Again, I really like the ending. What it is, I'm not going to tell you guys, but it the way they ended it could have just slapped that on at the end of hour 2 and save everybody a lot of time. Guess what? Hey, Hollywood! Since you got a strike, it's currently in the works here, and you want to make more movies, and you want to keep making 3 hour and a half features. Guess what? Release it as a 2 hour movie in the theater, and then when it's time for streaming, offer up that special cut where there's an extra hour and a half of footage. Do you believe that? It only costs an extra $2 to rent. There, I just made you motherfuckers some more money. Shut up.
I love the fact that technically I could see, but I couldn't see. Like I could tell that you were doing the bunny air quotes, but your fingers are invisible.
Yeah, man.
Kind of
This
make
is
me
a very
chuckle.
visual episode today.
Kind of make me
We've been doing a lot of work with. We're doing a lot of hand motions today.
cool. I'll take your
So,
word for it. Invisible man.
Killers of the Flower Moon. 3 out of 5. I wish it could be more, but no, it's just too goddamn long. It's just too goddamn long. That doesn't mean it's not a good movie. It's just too goddamn long.
That's what she said.
That's all, folks.